Are we live? Very slow. Very slow computer this morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to episode 9, I believe, a weekend wake up with yours truly, Disney World Freak. Hope everybody's having the start of a great weekend. Right here, it is sunny out, a couple of clouds, and it's up to about 78 today. Highest all year, so we can't wait for it. The stay-at-home ban has been lifted, so we are allowed to go out, so as long as we have masks on. That's what we will be doing today. We get out of this house and besides for work and go out. We're actually going to head over to my in-laws. My kids haven't seen them. Been next to them in 8 weeks now, so we're looking forward to that. And not to get off topic or even on topic yet, I'm also searching for a car for my 17-year-old. For you parents who have done this before, any secret, please shout them out. And if you haven't done it, prepare yourselves because it is not fun trying to find, something a girl likes and something her mother likes. It's not easy. That being said, quick shout out to Dean at the Live Place, liveplace.com. TV guide for all of YouTube channels. Go check them out, liveplace.com. Full list of all the family-friendly streamers, us included, plus my guests who I'm going to be bringing on soon. Go check him out, Dean at the Live Place. He's also his Empire in the chat. And on YouTube, he's also the Live Place. So go check him out. Without further ado, let me welcome in my guests. As long as my computer works quickly enough. No, we are not working that well here. We're missing one. Itchy. Sorry, guys. It is a slow computer. Usually with just 2 people on, so with 4, it's going to be even slower on me. Wait to the end. That's usually fun. We usually have a dance off. And we start next week's stream because that's how long it takes to get off. So welcome in, Duphily crew, Dizney Nerd Herders, Team Marie Photography. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys doing this for me. Thanks for joining in.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, anytime, you guys. Big supporter of mine, and I am truly a big supporter of all of you since day one. So again, I appreciate it. For the ones that you saw a thumbnail. The reason I've asked all these great people on is for the same reason that I'm on here to talk about is upcoming trips. We all have trips coming up. We all live far off where once a year, so twice a year. Now, Duphily crew, you have DVC cards.
We do, yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little delay on my end. This is not going to be too much fun today. I'm like, I'm waiting for the response from the West Coast. So you guys have DVC. I know, Charlie, you don't yet, and Stacy and Tina, I believe you do not have any. Correct? No, neither do I. So I just brought it up because, I would assume with DVC you go down a little more I don't want to use the word leisurely, but I guess it's easier to go down if you have a DVC, or you just go down more frequent, I would assume.
We don't go down more frequent. No, nothing's really changed for us with DVC. It's just basically we get to stay at the deluxe resorts for less money than what you would pay for book, and it typically nicer rooms.
Right. Awesome. All right, so this works out even better for me. So, like I was saying, I asked them on because I know we go down once a year, twice if we're lucky. That's only happened a couple of times, and we're all in the Northeast. So that I didn't want to ask Florida residents because they jump over to Disney anytime they want. Real quick, let me hit the chat just before I lose, which I already have. Welcome in, Donna. No, welcome in, Jack Sandy Claus Logan. Thanks for being here. You are number 1. Thank you. Donna, thanks for being here. Joey's World, Lisa, Joey, good morning. Tina is here. Everybody's here. And that's it for right now. Nope, Pam's fam. Pam's fam is here. Welcome in, Pam. Thanks for joining. Good morning. Thanks for being here. So I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves like I do at every stream. Everybody joining. A little bit about yourselves. And if you want to throw in there too, how often you go to Disney, just so we can stay on topic about what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to follow my screen. So we'll go Meredith, Duphily, Dizney Nerd Herders, then Tina. We'll go in a big circle. I'm not sure if that's what it looks like on your end, but so Duphily crew, floor is yours.
Okay, so we're the Duphily crew.
Hello.
Ron and Meredith, and we have two others, Ronnie and Madison. They come on the streams a few times, not too often though, but we do family videos, Disney, Universal, baseball cards, whatever, collections.
We like to detail our trips and just share what we do and things that we like.
Yeah. We have a few things, like on Tuesdays we put up Disney trivia. We're going to be starting a pin mail video series, music on Fridays, and go live on Thursday nights at 9:00.
Yeah. And then we typically go down to Disney a couple of times a year, usually sometime in the summer when the kids are out of school and Ronnie's not playing baseball. And we have been going down during Christmas week through New Year's. So
That's what we do.
that's what we do. That's what we're all
I
about.
love Christmas week. Awesome. Charlie, Lisa. My God, Charlie, Stacy.
I'm gonna let
Sorry,
Stacy
go
do it.
Lisa.
She needs the practice. I'll give
Okay,
you
so
some
we're
jazz
pretty
hands.
much for the majority, is a Disney channel. We're family friendly, and we do videos. I try to do twice a week of our Disney trips and rides and food reviews, that type of thing. We also have a son that's autistic, so we do autism awareness. And Charlie's been through chemo and radiation, so we also feature chemo. What would you say? Not chemo awareness or radiation awareness, but
Cancer and cancer treatment, maybe.
yeah.
Awareness.
So he has to get his checkups every 6 months or so. So we talk about that as well. But for the majority, we're mostly a Disney channel, Disney World, because we go to Florida. We typically go 2 weeks a year during summer vacation, and we're hoping to do more, more than just 2 weeks a year.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Let me welcome in Dennis Algazi. Thanks for being here, Dennis. Appreciate it. Big supporter of the channel. Thanks for being here, buddy. Good morning. Good afternoon where you are, actually. Tina, good morning.
Good morning. So I'm Tina, T. Marie Photography, for those that don't know. My channel is anything and everything, really. I really just kind of got enveloped into not just photography stuff, but crafts or like cooking how-tos and whatnot. And I like to incorporate everything that I do with an element of photography into it. So whether it's like a slideshow of a couple of pictures at the end or in the middle of the video or whatever, that's how I get away with the T. Marie photography part. And yeah, and I have a couple of Disney videos. So I went when I was a kid, and then back in 1992, and then we went in 2008, my husband and I, on our honeymoon, and just kind of had kids since then, and not really able to get back down there until last year in September. And now we decided, well, we were going to make it a yearly thing. We'll get into that after. I'd like it to make it more than a yearly thing. The goal eventually is to potentially move down there and be a resident. So
Awesome. Let me welcome in Karen D. Karen D. from Scotland. Dear friend from Scotland. How is it across the pond there? Good morning, good afternoon to you as well. And Amy, welcome in AGC Magic TV. Appreciate it. And Tina, everybody seems to think you are, not seems, I'm sorry, that came out wrong. Everybody thinks you look adorable.
thanks, Paolo. Thanks.
I don't know. Listen, if you all hung out with me for a week, you'd understand why it just came out like seams, because that's just me, the way I talk. But everybody knows who I am. Hopefully everybody knows who I am. We started going down. My wife, hooked me onto Disney back in 2002. And then we went, for our honeymoon, like Tina, and in 2006, and then we've been going countless of times ever since. And like you, Tina, and I'm sure others, or many, would love to move down there eventually and just to be closer. We'll see what the future holds. But until then, what we're here for today is, like I said, everybody's got trips this year planned. Tina, you're in December. If I remember correctly, you're telling me. Charlie, you're in August and November, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And
That's the plan.
Meredith and Meredith and Ron, you're also August and December.
Yep.
Right. And we are ourselves. We catch both months. we're booked from Thanksgiving through the first week of December. So, but with what's going on, what are we going to do? What are your plans? I myself, I guess, actually, I won't start off. Do you have intentions of still keeping your reservations?
Our intention right now is to try to keep the reservation, or else there'll be lots and lots of sadness in our household. Depression and sadness, maybe medication, maybe alcohol. But yeah, we're definitely.
But I mean, if you're canceling your trip.
We're not, again, we don't want to cancel our trip.
No.
Definitely not.
No.
But we will if we think it's going to be dangerous, or if it's going to be non-Disney like, I guess, if you want to say it that way. I don't want to go down there. You know how expensive a trip is down there, first of all.
Especially for a family of 4.
To go down there and have like Disney Light would not be interesting, I don't think, for me. I wouldn't be interested in going down there and being able to barely do anything.
Right.
But like you had mentioned before, there's limits. Where is your limit where you're going to draw the line in the sand and say, okay, I'm not going if this and this isn't going to be happening or whatnot.
Right.
We like to see parades. We like to see fireworks. We like to see being able to do the rides, obviously.
But even like the way I look at it is, okay, so if they don't do parades and fireworks, the majority of our time there isn't parades and fireworks. Those are the special things.
Right.
I could still go down to Disney and not have parades and fireworks. Because there's days where we go and we're not watching the parade. We're not watching the fireworks.
Right.
So I don't feel that I absolutely have to have the parade and fireworks for my Disney trip. I don't think that is enough for me to say I'm done.
Right. So I guess it's so as long as they have the rides open, all the rides open, and all the shows open, where we can get on them without a 5-hour wait,
Bless you.
we should be able to. We're probably still going, right?
Yeah. It would have to be something. The dangerous factor, that's going to be our line in the sand.
Yeah, and
that's the number one issue.
You don't want it to be ridiculous either, right? We're going to be down there in August, and it's going to be very tough with the mask situation.
Yeah.
If we're forced to wear it 24/7, except for when you're eating, that might be tough. We're going to be wearing masks.
Oh yeah.
I want to be able to let it down for 10 minutes.
Just to breathe
I'm going
air.
to be having a freak out.
Well,
I get
think of Avery.
claustrophobic or whatever. For some reason, it's causing a lot of anxiety and a lot of it's causing me to touch my face more than when I'm wearing those masks. I'm touching it 10 million times, where you're not supposed to be doing that type of thing.
Right.
So hopefully it's a general thing where, if you're around people or whatever, okay, put your mask up. But if you're sitting in a corner somewhere, hopefully you can sit back and let your mask down or something so you can cool off your face.
Instead of having smoking sections, they'll have mask break
Mask wearing sections. There you
Yeah.
go.
Right.
One of my biggest concerns is Avery. With him having autism, so far we have not been able to have him wear a mask. So he has not left the house except for
He does
in
not
the yard.
like it.
It's a whole sensory thing. That's what it is. It's gonna be a
It's-
whole sensory. Not only
Yeah.
is you got this thing touching his face, but now he's also steaming up and underneath with him breathing in and out. So it gets hot and smothering.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if we're even going to be able to have him wear a mask. We bought a couple of different ones who are waiting for some of them to come in to see if maybe it's the type of mask that he currently has and that's why he can't handle it.
So we have the masks from Cargo, which are cloth masks. We
Yeah.
have our medical masks, which are medical-ish,
Yeah.
more medical-ish. I brought that upstairs already.
Okay.
And then we ordered the ones that are kind of like a loose scarf around you, but you pull up around your nose. So those we're waiting for. So
Yeah.
hopefully we're waiting. Hopefully those come in and he
Do
takes
that
to them
instead.
better than
Yeah.
the other ones,
Yeah.
or we might have trouble. We'll see.
Yeah. So obviously, if he can't wear a mask, we're not gonna be able to do it.
Well, it
'Cause
depends.
that's
It
the
depends on
danger.
what Disney is
Well,
saying.
right.
Because
Where we're at that time.
who was it? Incognito Mouse was saying he's a cast
Yeah,
member,
we're
right?
Yeah.
And he was saying that DeSantis has basically given Disney carte blanche on what they're going to do. They just need to provide their plan, and then they're going to look at it. But
Yeah, Greg.
if Disney decides they don't need masks or whatever, obviously it still needs to be approved by the government. But then I guess it's up to Disney.
I heard that Disney this week had to provide the government their plan for each park, so each area, their plan of I don't know, rolling everything out. 25%, 50%, whatever it is.
Good morning, Rob Fuzz. Wah, 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 wah,
Yeah,
wah.
we're gonna get into all of that in a second,
Yeah.
in a few minutes.
So for us,
All right. Charlie, yeah. I mean, Ron.
I think if it's going to be safe, I think we're going to go down. And even if it's Disney Light, I think DVC's complicating it for us a little bit because I kind of messed up on how I did points last year because I was trying to get into the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Passholder preview and I was booking multiple chips, so I was borrowing points. So we have about 108 points that will expire at the end of February that we will lose, and that's a good chunk of our points. So for us, as long as it's going to be safe to go down, I think we're going down, even if it's going to be less attractions being open.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I guess what's your version of safe? I guess that's what the next question is.
So for me,
Yeah.
I want to see what the capacity.
Ron, hold on.
I want to see what the capacity is going to be
Ron,
like.
hold on.
Okay.
Hang on.
Yeah, sorry. I am so delayed here. Yeah, we're gonna get it. I want to try to stay on the topic of questions because I got a few of them.
Okay.
So we'll get into what with safety. And no, you're all right, Charlie. I just don't want to because then I'm gonna be like sitting here and be like, so how was the weather yesterday? Right. So, but first, let me say welcome into the Rob Fuzz being here, guys. I appreciate it, and it's all of you. I'm not avoiding the chat. I'm actually watching it while everybody's talking. Yeah. Tina, do you plan on keeping your trip? I keep on hearing an echo. Somebody speaker. Oh, it's my own. It's my damn phone. I'm sorry. I'm new to this, people. Welcome to Carlos's first stream. Oh my god.
Well, it's early morning.
I'm usually spot on, but this is nuts right now.
Better?
Yeah, quickly, Tina. Do you have intention still going down?
Probably not.
No, it's not my phone. I'm here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm hearing a return. That's why I'm asking if somebody's speaker is echoing back onto their mic.
We have headphones on.
Yeah, so we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Maybe
right.
those creepy Berg people.
Hold on.
Berg.
Could be the birds. Birds all over the place. All right, it's gone. Whatever it is. Maybe it's just me. I'm losing it today. Look, I'm starting to sweat. And it's not even hot in here. Tina, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Probably
This just
not.
turned into a whole different stream. Probably not.
Oh, really?
Tina,
That's the short answer.
Tina's on that.
You guys are killing me today. I swear. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. I think we're going to reschedule.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
This
But
is
all right, let me
because-
jump to topics now and go into safety. Because Ron was bringing it up, Charlie brought it up. What is your definition of safety through Disney? Can you hear me?
Yep. I think as long as we see that people are doing social distancing, and that there's going to be lots of places where I can sanitize and wash my hands, I think I'm going to be satisfied enough.
Yeah, but I don't want to wear a mask all the time. It's good to me a constant. But I know it's mandatory, so you have to do it. Disney made it mandatory for cast member and
Now,
guest.
I'm sorry, Charlie and Stacy. What's your definition of safety for Disney? Like, what is, where would you feel comfortable safety wise? Disney provided safety wise, not what we're gonna do for ourselves, but what Disney will do.
Well, obviously, to enforce the masks, I know at City Walk, there was actually employees there or security walking around and making sure people were doing their distancing and also wearing masks. So if they saw something that didn't look good, they actually would approach the person. So I think Disney would have to definitely enforce wearing the mask because you can't trust people. So I think they're going to have to make sure that people are adhering to it.
I'm hoping there's some type of screening at the entrances, even though it's just like a little temperature thing. But
Yeah.
I know that they're not gonna.
I mean, that would just make you feel better, just knowing that.
Yeah, it just makes you feel better, but it's not ensuring jack squat.
No, I know.
And unfortunately, but as long as people are not being, it's everything's out of Disney's control.
Right.
You're gonna have your people that are just jerks. You're gonna have your people that are gonna be on top of you no matter what, even if you yell at them, and then people are gonna be yelling at each other and fighting or whatever.
Yeah,
I guess we gotta control what we can control, which is if we can wear a mask, then we can wear a loose mask. That'll be great. Hand sanitizer everywhere. Yes.
That's
Obviously
huge.
us. People washing their hands or whatever. The employees being clean and them guys wearing masks. That'll be helpful. Hopefully I would want the Disney cast members to be heavily involved in like the queue management and whatnot, so that way they're telling people to spread out instead of people having to yell at each other saying "Get off my butt,"
Yeah.
Spread out or 6 feet back,
Right.
whatever. Maybe we just need tasers or something. Just
And I don't think
keep people away.
we're going to be able to have each ride like wiped down because of how quickly you have to get on the ride. You go. There's not going to be time for a cast member to be wiping down the bar and everything, unless everything gets totally slowed down.
Well, I'm hoping that by August, I'm hoping that they open the park early June. So that way they start getting kinks out. They start getting some type of read on what's going to be doable and what's not going to be doable.
Well, it won't be open for June because they've already canceled all of June's reservations.
Yeah.
Well,
So definitely June is definitely out the window.
no, they've canceled that up to like June 11th or something like that. They're saying so. It's
I read all through June. All of June's reservations have been canceled.
right. Well, okay. So
That's what I read.
that's reservations. Let's say they're starting to open it up with June people instead. That's why they're not doing reservations. Maybe they're going to open it up to just the Florida people. Does that mean just because they're canceling? What I'm saying is just because they're canceling reservations doesn't mean
They're canceling resort. They're canceling resort stays. Anybody that's booked in June right now, Disney is canceling their reservations.
right.
Now, it doesn't mean correct that they're not going to open to Florida residents as a soft opening, which is possible.
So I'm thinking they're going to have some type of parks open in June.
As guinea pigs.
As pretty much they're going
Right.
to start at 25% or whatever. They're going to let's bring in the locals. Great,
Yeah.
let's bring in the locals
Right.
because in Florida they have really good numbers.
I think they're
And so
reaching out
let's
to.
start with the locals, right? Because they have really good numbers. So
Right.
let's try to keep it safe, and then let's expand out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that they get their act together by August. You know what I'm saying? If they start doing things and they're thinking that things are working, then great. And if during late June or in July and early August they'll be learning from mistakes, and then they'll be getting feedback. Right, they'll be getting feedback from the states. Are numbers starting to spike again? Are they not spiking? Is it everything's normal? Then I think depending on the information they're getting back is how loosey-goosey they get with the regulations and with what they have to impose on the guests. I'm hoping that by mid-August, by the time we're going, that it is a lot better scene than when they first open up,
I think you'll find out starting next week when Disney Springs opens up. I think that's their trial run.
Yeah. And I heard it was supposed to be like they were supposed to open the parks. The deal was opening the parks 2 weeks after Disney Springs opens up.
Yeah.
But again, it's all hearsay. It's
There's
what happens.
Right, the cast members don't even know.
There's a lot of contradicting stories out there. You hear it from one person, you hear it from another. This but this page is telling this. This page is telling that. Direct info is not coming out through Disney. I think it's all secondhand stories through cast members, possibly. But until JPEG or I guess steps up to a mic and puts out a statement, I'm one of those. I'm just not going to believe anything until I hear from one of them.
As far as I know,
the
cast members don't even know what's going on. Like they.
Right, that's what I'm saying. A couple of them are just telling stories. Maybe they're hearing little things here and there from another cast member. So until, just like I said about June, and Donna just put here that it's still showing her DVC reservation is still showing for June 22nd. Again, I'm going by what I read, but like Charlie read, that they might open early June. We just don't know. But staying on the safety topic, Tina, what do you want from Disney? What makes you comfortable, safety wise?
Well, I thought about this. When we went in September, we got sick at the tail end of our trip. And honestly, I was blaming on a couple of factors. First is that, we're all jam-packed in there and germs are everywhere. No matter what you're touching, there's germs on things. Those little finger swipe things, I hate those things. Those things are the worst things that you could possibly create. Swipe your finger, create a germ, or get a germ. Drives me nuts. So I was literally blaming that. But that, so that would be the number one thing for safety for me, would be for Disney to have to eliminate that little finger swipe. I'm sure it's not the only factor, but you're touching right after somebody else touches, the armband is one thing because you're touching your armband and, but when you're direct contact with your finger. But honestly, I can't, so safety for me, I I can't wear the masks for a long period of time because I'm asthmatic, I have allergies, and I can't breathe in them no matter what type they are. I can have them on for a certain period of time, like I wear them when I go out to the supermarket and stuff, but I have to rip that thing off and get a couple of breathers because I can literally feel myself starting to pass out. And yesterday was piping hot. It was like so humid up here, and I had to run to the store, and I was wearing that mask, and I'm going, I can't breathe. How would I last in Disney? And I know our trip is in December, so it's a little bit cooler in December, but still, it's still not like upstate New York cool, you know. And if I can't breathe when it's cool up here, I'm not going to be able to last in the summer, you know, in the hot weather. So that's my thing. And I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay. Now, speaking for my wife, for our family, you know, I'd love to see more sanitizers everywhere. So, you know, hands-free sanitizers. The wiping of every ride down, I think, is going to be impossible. So I'm not expecting it. I mean, I'm sure they're going to try it and they're going to do it, but it's not something I expect or need them to do. The mask thing, I'll be honest with you. I'll actually just say this. We are at 90% right now, 85, 90% of canceling our trip. That's where we stand right now. I don't want to go. I've said this in many streams. I don't want to go without some normalcy left there. I get it. We're not going to be back to normal for God knows when. But the mask thing is a no for me right off the bat. It really is. I wear them now for work because I have to. Actually, I wear them now because we have to. You know, you go out grocery shopping, you got to wear a mask. You go out here, you got to wear a mask. I got to wear one for work. I don't want to wear one in Disney. I don't. It's that for my wife, even for my wife Suzanne, for her to put her foot down, it's, you know, it's amazing that she actually did that. But she said it too. To wear a mask in Disney is not fun. You know, we brought up early in the stream the money you pay for these trips. I am not going to spend all that money to be, I don't want to use the word uncomfortable, but it's not the most comfortable thing, but it's not the worst. But to be in Disney where it's 80 to, you know, 100, even in December where we're going, let's say it's 75. It was 65 here yesterday, and I had one on for work, and I was sweating up a storm. You know, I had to take it off every 2 seconds or whatever it was just to breathe. I couldn't imagine being in Florida with a mask on. So I want the sanitizer. I want the social distancing. I'm split on all social distancing. I really am, because, you know, just walking by someone, you know, if they sneeze or cough, how do you social? I get the social distancing when you're standing in line, okay, every 6 feet, but how are you going to control that in Disney walking around all the parks? I don't get it. And I'm fine not having it too. I am one of those. You know, I don't believe we need the social distancing. You know, just better judgment I think we need, but so that's where I stand. That's where we stand. And before I lose them all, I know Jamie B's in here and Laura B. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And there is a lot going on in the chat. I'm not ignoring any of you, but we are having some good conversations right now. So it's kind of hard for me to just be popping them in. Let me ask this then. What would it take for you to cancel your trip? So I know we've all said, well, except for Tina, well, except for myself saying I'm definitely canceling my trip pretty close. What would it take for you to cancel your trip?
I think if we start seeing the numbers go up in Florida
down here,
I think that'd be the big thing, because we also have relatives that live down there, so we're constantly communicating with them to find out how the openings are going at the restaurants, what's the park situation, and they kind of, because you hear one thing from the governor and the people that run the counties down there, but they're going to paint a rosy picture, and I understand why. I get that, but I want to understand what the locals, how they really feel, the people who live there every day, and I think I'll kind of use that to make a decision.
And they were saying when they go, my cousin doesn't go to the grocery store because her daughter has a hole in her heart, so she's very sensitive. You know, she can't get sick. They've been home since February, and my cousin, he goes out grocery shops, and no one's following the rules. They're not 6 feet apart. They're going the wrong aisles. They're not wearing the mask. I don't know if they have to wear it now, but they weren't. So I don't know how, if they can't do it at the store, are they going to do it at Disney? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, you know, and we're all up here in the Northeast, so we all know we have to wear a mask. I don't know about where you guys do your grocery shopping, but have they done the one-way aisles yet?
Yes.
Yep.
Are you obeying them? I know I'm not, so I'm just asking.
I would say I try to be good and obey them until but there's a point where I see people not obeying them, then I get frustrated saying, why am I obeying this if others are not going to? Because if they're not going to care, then why should I?
We try to, but I mean, they're all blocking the aisle, so it's like you can't get by, and then you're jammed in with people. So I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, Donna here just said if she's with Karen D, if it's stressful, it's not fun. If it's not fun, you waste your money on it. And then it's also said needing a mask does not make for a fun holiday. You know, Disney is the happiest place on earth. We've all heard the phrase and whatnot, and I know we're all happy when we're there. Would you still be happy being there with the mask on, being told where to walk, which direction to walk? Because I haven't heard anything, but I'm starting to get the feeling that for Disney to open, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a one-way, because you know there's many ways in and out of each lands. So just to bring up Magic Kingdom, I have this feeling that you're going to walk into Tomorrowland one way, and you're going to have to come out a different way. Or if you're going to ride, if you're going to go into the laugh floor, you're going to have to go as soon as you get in there because they're not going to allow you to walk your way back, or you're going to have to go all the way around. Is that fun? Is that worth the money you have spent on these trips?
I don't see them directing traffic like that extreme, saying, okay, you can only go to Tomorrowland through this entrance and you have to go out that entrance. I don't think it's going to get that extreme. I think, first of all, people wouldn't have it. They would not be listening to it, and you'd have fights every 2 seconds. But if they put the tapes on the ground saying, okay, this side of the road goes this way, this side of the road comes this way. It's like a road, yeah, just like they do for parades, saying, okay, this is how you're routing the traffic.
Right.
That would be more realistic. You have people going the same way and other people coming the same way. It's kind of a given, anyways. People usually tend to, you go on the right hand side or whatever.
The streets are big enough where they could do that too.
Yeah, I don't see them actually saying, okay, you can only enter Tomorrowland from this exit or whatever. I don't see that happening at all.
I kind of look at it as
if they tried to do it, people wouldn't listen.
If we have the mindset.
Well, they tried to. I was going to say at Christmas time they try to direct people all to go down like one way, and it doesn't work. People don't follow it. So I agree. If they try to do that, it's not going to work, and you're just going to be, as people paying to go there, we're just going to be aggravated.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's always someone that's not going to pay attention to the rules. There's always rule breakers. So, and then the crazy rude people.
I think Disney, though, is going to have to take a different role. Like before, it was, the happiest place on earth, and, we'll do whatever it is for all our guests. But because this is a safety issue, I feel that Disney will step up and will say, okay, this is for everybody's safety. And I think the mindset's going to be a little bit different. I think Disney's going to be more safety of our guests, not just happiness of our guests. You know, I think the safety issue is going to be driving what Disney's going to be able to do or not. You know, I'm sure there's going to be signs posted stating exactly what is expected of the guests, and if you don't adhere to it, you'll be asked to leave. I'm sure there's going to be a sign like that as well.
So you think I would definitely not be worried about a November trip or a December trip.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be worried about that unless there's a second flare up that starts in June, like a
Right.
brand new flu season type of thing. That's the only thing that I can see happening with that. Otherwise, there's more and more information coming out every day, and there's still so much misinformation, which is causing the semi panic that there is still out there right now. But as things start as they start to adjust their numbers for, real COVID deaths, instead of everyone who has COVID that dies is now is considered a COVID death, which
Even
is
if it's a car accident.
ridiculous. So we need to get real numbers out there, and you need to know the real reasons. If it's 90% nursing homes, that shouldn't be counted as a general population number. It's you need to divide them up as to what they are to get real numbers, to get
Right.
the real risk factor of entering the parks. Because I think I agree with, me and Walt have had discussions from Mouse Talks, and I am not so spooked, as to I don't think you need to wear a mask every second of the day. I'm being very careful because of the kids, and because, obviously we're not sure of anything yet. But I honestly don't think it's as bad as everyone says. Again, you have flu every year. You have 80,000 people dying of flu every year, and that's with vaccines. So it's like this thing. Who knows what the real numbers are? That's what I'm saying.
Let me walk this. I want to probably with the Siskett ears, all things Disney. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. And she says the only reason we would cancel would be Disney is not open. Well, I'm sure that's a lot of people. And welcome in too, Steve Michaels. Thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate it. Tina, jump in whenever you feel like, because you've been very silent. And
if you see me shaking my head, it's because I'm in agreement. So it's like I'm jumping in anyway. Just
Tina wants to look all pretty with her mini on him.
That's really why I came on. I just wanted to show off my mini outfit. No, just kidding.
Right.
Kidding.
Charlie, you just hit on something. I'm going to hit on it real quick too. Is I totally agree with you. I am definitely not spooked. I was a case number with the swine flu, and the swine flu back in 2009 killed hundreds of thousands. Millions and millions of people had it, and nobody made a big deal about it. I get it. We had a vaccine for it. And like you said, about thousands died with the regular flu. Hundreds of thousands died with the regular flu a year. I'm with you. You don't need a mask everywhere you go every day. But that's what we're being told to do. That's what we're going to do. But again, when it comes to Disney, I won't go if I have to wear one. So that's me. Now, let me change it real quick to dining. We have heard there's going to be no character dining, no buffet dining. What do you feel on that? Because me, as a foodie, again, there's a lot of things that are being said that are making me. That's why I say I'm at 85 to 90% not going. Changing. We'll cancel and move it to another time, sometime next year. And dining's another aspect of it. I want buffets. I love buffets in Disney. I love character dining in Disney. Does that play into any factor with your decision making on going, not going, when going?
For us, no, because we don't have any of those reservations. Our kids are older; they're not really into the character dining at this point in time. So that's why that's not a factor for us.
And we don't have any buffets booked either.
No.
We do buffets.
We have a lot booked this trip, actually.
I have a feeling that They are going. They're not going to allow it. They're not going to allow, the cesspool of germs that a buffet usually is. They're going to probably turn it to. There's been some where it's going to be probably more like
Family style.
yeah, where they dump a bunch of plates on your table probably, and you do it family style type of thing.
Yeah,
instead.
kind of like garden grill.
Yeah, like the garden grill, I imagine. They're gonna do all that stuff instead of people going up to the germ stations and just
Right. I mean, it all depends. Like we do the Crystal Palace
do Crystal
breakfast.
Palace.
There's no way they can put all of the items that are they offer on your table.
Yeah, so maybe expect menu adjustments or that.
No, a buffet. I don't see them changing any of the buffets. They're either going to close the buffets or have the buffets. I don't see any adjustment. Just like Stacy said, it's hard to family style buffet. I can see other restaurants.
Unless they did a server. There was someone there.
Think they take orders?
Yeah, so like you can go up to the thing and there's 6 choices.
Which still.
There could be someone behind it, and you just point to what you want, and they serve it. So that way, there's not 50 million hands touching the utensils.
Oh, that way. You meant to serve it that way. All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking, all right. That makes a little more sense. Like they do with the carving station.
Yeah,
pretty
exactly,
much.
Exactly.
But they're going to have somebody, in all
so
the
you still have
different
all the
sections.
choices.
That's not it. That's
right.
Give Disney a call right now.
Sure, I will do that right now.
No, I'm telling you, that's a pretty good idea. I'll be honest. It would keep. Steve Mike says to keep the buffets open. That's what I was going to say. But we did Cape May once, and I'm sad they won't do buffets anymore. But time will tell. I mean, buffets will be back. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is Disney. Not even Disney. This is all going to pass eventually. Nobody knows the time frame. It can be by November. It can be by next June. It can be by 2022. This will pass just like the swine flu passed, just like the bird flu passed. What was it? 7 years ago. So, I mean, Disney will be back to normal. Will it be in the next 6 months to a year? Who knows? But buffets will be there, Steve. Trust me. And if not, then I'm really never going back to Disney.
I hope
because I need my Cape May.
I hope they're preparing for the murder hornets now. They're supposed to arrive on the East Coast in 2 years, so start prepping now.
And the flame throwing squirrels are here too. So watch out.
We'll all be wearing bee suits going to Magic Kingdom.
No thanks.
You laugh. I went and fueled up my truck yesterday when I was driving around looking for a car for Michaela. And I'm like, I need some fuel. Let me go fuel up. I opened, the gas tank, and there was a hornet in there building a hive inside my gas tank. And I swiped it down real quick. And don't get me wrong, I looked down to make sure it wasn't one of those hornets. I was looking and that's it.
Like
I don't know. That's scary, especially people that are allergic to bee stings.
Tina, what about you? Does the food in restaurants factor into what you and your family normally do or planned on doing?
I have 3 small children under the age of 10. So character dining for us is huge. We did probably about when we booked, so we get the deluxe dining plan no matter where we're staying, just because my husband likes his 3 square meals and his 2 snacks, and we didn't have any points left over at the end. Don't ask me how, but so we do half character dining and half quick service. And that was big for my kids. That was one of the highlights. And for me, especially because I know, I'm 37 years old, but it doesn't matter. It's still essential for me because I don't ride a lot of the rides because, I get the vertigo. So it's part of the aesthetics for me is the character dining, taking my pictures, sitting and enjoying the atmosphere. It's part of the whole package for me. So it does kind of put a damper on it if I'm going to a place that usually has character dining and I don't see characters, it would be sorely disappointing.
You brought up, I brought up the character characters and characters with your children and taking the photos and this and that. I'll bring that to the next topic. Then we'll character meet and greets. Does character meet and greets put a factor into your decisions? Are you all, is it a big deal that you're not going to be able to take a picture with Mickey?
For us, yeah.
I'd say not really. That's not going to factor in, just because we've gone down so often. I can skip a year without getting a picture with Mickey or any of the other characters, except
Halloween.
which you haven't talked about is something like the Halloween party or Christmas party, which I don't want to get into unless you want me to.
No, we'll get into it. Just let Charlie and Stacy answer. Does character meet and greets factor into?
I would say no. Our kids are older. They've been going to Disney 1 to 2 times a year since they've been born, and actually when they were in my belly too. So they've seen pretty much all the characters many times. And it's to the point where we are only, when we see characters, if the ones that we have not seen, we would do. So we're not seeking out characters.
Right.
If we happen to, how they were starting to bring some of the old ones back into Magic Kingdom.
Mhm.
That's when we were like, okay, we're going to do characters. But no, I don't think it would be a factor.
We don't see a lot of characters.
No. But the thing is that our family tradition is our first morning in Disney, we do the Crystal Palace with Pooh and Friends.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough for Sophie if we don't have that. But other than that, it wouldn't bother us.
Oh. See, I myself, like Michaela goes hunting. Michaela will take a day where she'll go off on her own now. She's going to be 17. Last couple of trips, we've let her go off on her own. I mean, she's in Disney. We're comfortable with her being smart enough to go off on her own, even as a 15-year-old. And she spent, God, I mean, she spent the whole day. She went to every meet and greet she possibly could to take photos. She loves taking pictures of herself. So I guess we would miss it for that. Ethan just lately, last couple of trips, has been comfortable to take pictures. His first trip, every picture we took with him, he's in tears, he's screaming, he's looking the other way. He hated characters. I mean, hated characters. It was awful.
Yeah, Sophie's that way.
I'm just thinking about it now because even my wife gets emotional thinking about what we put that kid through that trip. But then the following trip, what a difference. I'm telling you, what a difference. The following trip, he's asking Dad, can I, to bring up Lion King. Suzanne went and watched Lion King like she does, and I don't. Ethan didn't want to go. So I walked around with him, and he saw Timon. And he's like, Dad, Timon, can I go take a picture? I'm like, shocked. I'm like, yes, buddy, let's go. There's 40 people in line. Daddy will wait for you. we'll wait in that you're asking. But I enjoy photos too of characters. But like you said, the ones, the unusual ones, the ones that don't come out that much. If I don't get a picture with Mickey, it is what it is. But if Scrooge McDuck came out or if Oswald popped out, yeah, I'd go running myself personally. So it doesn't factor, but it doesn't factor to the whole family, but it does to a couple like Michaela. So it's another thing to think about. And Ron's bringing it up, and we'll jump into it right now. Parties. We were booked for November, December. I was one of those, and don't shoot me, but I was one of those. We went to a Christmas party 2 years ago. We've never gone for Halloween, so I can't talk about the Halloween party, but we went to a Christmas party. It was all right. I had somewhat fun. It was good. But for the money, I said, just like Chef Mickey, I talk about Chef Mickey this way. It's great to do once. I probably won't do it again. Crazy as it seems, this year, I was ready to do another Christmas party. I don't know why. I guess I'm seeing more of Resort TV 1, more of the, the parties. Like, even though we had seen it personally, but it's like, wow, maybe I do want to go see that again. So shockingly, I was ready to go do a party. and take pictures with the characters, like the Seven Dwarfs. One of my favorite photos is us with the Seven Dwarfs. So not being able to do again, I don't know. Will they have a party? Will that factor into you guys going? No, it would. Kind of would for me. Like I wanted to go do a party, now I'm not. It's like, what else are they going to take away from us? So again, it's another one of those that does factor into us not wanting to go this year. So I don't know about you guys, what parties, but
yeah. So we have at least one Halloween party booked right now. We were about to book another one, but stopped because if there's no parades, no fireworks,
No character.
and no character meet and greets,
It's a waste of money.
Why am I paying extra money
for candy, and they probably won't even give out candy because that's touching people.
Yeah.
So
and I don't go to the parties for the rides because we go down every year. I can skip a night, not having the short lines on the rides. I'm there for those specific activities.
right, we do that like the overlays if we have a chance, like the certain ride. But your focus there is the fireworks, the parade, and the characters. That's the big thing, the draw for Halloween. Not the rides. That's a bonus. If you have time, but there's no time. We try to do everything. It's just you just run out of time.
Yeah, we have two parties booked.
2 Halloweens.
We went not last year, the year before that, we went to the first Halloween party, and we were shooting ourselves in the foot later on, saying we should have went to a second one. We should have went to because we like them so much.
But it's the parade. It's the castle show.
Yeah.
That's what we're there for, right?
Well, yeah. Well, it's the candy and the parade and the castle show and the overlays. I want to see the overlays. We haven't we don't usually do rides during those parties. So now that they're starting to have more overlays during those parties, and then the special snacks that they have during those parties,
right?
And special merch that they have at those parties. So
so right now we're booked for 2 Halloweens and hopefully 1 Christmas is our plan.
So the first one, we go to the first when we do the Halloween party. When we're there in August, we try to do the first Halloween party, the very first one, even though it's hot as heck. So you gotta dress in Derek and Gregory style. You gotta go out in speedos or something. But it's very, very hot. But the thing I was getting at is, if you go during that first Halloween party, not only are you seeing the Disney stuff, but you're also getting to meet a trillion vloggers out there that you might
that you've been wanting
want to meet
meet
up with. You haven't seen.
Yeah.
We run into Resort TV 1 all the time.
Yeah, I think if they take the parade out, the fireworks, and the castle show out, those are the 3 main things that I go for. I probably would, instead of doing it twice, only do it the once, and it would be the first day. That way we can meet some of the vloggers and still do the overlays, which we haven't done.
Well, I know we're talking about the Halloween party right now.
Right.
But
that's
for
what I'm
me,
talking
the
about.
Halloween party, I know you and Sophie like the shows. Me and Avery probably could live without them.
Yeah.
But it's definitely the Halloween parade.
That's
I want to see the Booty parade. That's the thing I go for.
Yeah.
And we'll watch it twice when it goes through twice. It goes through whatever.
I think we would still.
I think
we would still do it. We just wouldn't do it twice in one trip. Yeah. I think we would cancel one of them.
And I'm in the camp that they could still keep fireworks. Why? The fireworks are up in the sky. Stop people from,
gathering.
tape off in front of the castle or something so that people are just walking around. Just shoot off the fireworks. Let them watch it from different points in the park.
Yeah.
Let them. Social distance or whatever, but still shoot them off. People can stop and look up and whatever. Yeah, you'll get your people that are still trying to get in front of the castle, whatever, but there won't be millions of people if they just if they make it like not at a certain time so they don't know when to converge or something. Maybe they shut it off at 8:30 or 9:45 or whatever. I don't think they need to stop the fireworks.
Yeah. I mean, the ones that want to conjugate in front of the castle, they're taking it at their own risk, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So we won't do it, but we still want to see it, so we don't have to do it right in front of the castle. So it could have been one of those, discretion at your own risk.
And that's another thing. That's another.
Tina,
point.
were you guys?
What?
No, I was just asking Tina if she's going to parties. Tina's just sitting there. Tina, you going to any parties?
I'm
What's
enjoying
going
the
on?
conversation. No, we don't do the after parties because my husband thinks we pay enough for Disney. He doesn't want to pay even more for a party. He's a kind of a stickler for that. And hey, he's taking me to Disney. Okay, I can deal with that. That's fine. So we don't really do parties. I would have liked to have done now, on our last trip, I was kind of kicking myself, wishing that we did do the Halloween party. So if we were going to do any party, if I was going to really push for any party, it would be a Halloween party, just because I think that the trick-or-treating would be fun. And I think it has more elements to it, I think, than the Christmas party, in my opinion, from what I've seen on like Resort TV One streams and stuff. I could be wrong, but yeah, I mean, if we were going to book it and that was going to be a factor for us going, it would be a disappointment for sure.
Yeah, my wife is saying, "Don't worry, we're going to a party next year." Yeah, I'm sure. More than one, probably. Knowing you. Welcome in, Walter Graham. Thanks for being here, buddy. Dougie, notifications are not working. Really?
Yeah, I don't think I got one either.
Huh. Well, that's not good. But we still had almost 20 people in here at one point. So welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. I want to hit this chat a little bit because, it's going to bring me into my next topic. But it's all the way up top where Adonis is. And how will rides like Jungle Cruise work? One family to a boat. She's asking if it would be one family to a boat. There's been a few questions like that here. About rides, and I'll get into that now. Rides and attractions. I would assume, again, just assuming that from what I've heard before about theater-style rides being closed and attractions, stuff like Magic, and I guess I'll bring up the parades and the fireworks. We've all heard discussion that some of that stuff's going to be closed. Carousel of Progress. I already said Magic. Talking Crush. Things like that. Now, if they're going to be closing 20% of their rides, and I go back to money, is it worth what you're paying to go to Disney and having 20 to 25% of it closed?
Yeah. Again, I would agree. If we weren't going to lose the DVC points, that would be a big factor as well. Because if they're going to shut down a lot of the indoor rides, or like Jungle Cruise, Pirates, why go?
Yeah.
A full day at Magic Kingdom could become a half a day or even less, and that's not what I'm paying for.
Right.
Yeah, and that's I use the term big factor. Everything's a big factor for us, but you have your DVC and you're worried about losing. Welcome in, Corner Sports. Thanks for being here, Tommy. I understand exactly what you're saying about being afraid of losing those points. My boss, he's got many timeshares down there, and he's concerned about everything he's losing too. But for those, for the families like myself and like Charlie and the rest of us, that spend somewhere between $5,000 to $6,000, how can you justify still spending that money knowing that 25% of the parks are closed? Can you is there something that can justify that? And you just say, yeah, it's hey, I get it. It's still Disney. A rainy day, I've always said a rainy day in Disney is better than a sunny day back home. So what can justify spending, and we'll just throw that number out, $5,000 on 7 days in Disney, knowing that 25% of it's going to be closed?
What about if the wait times for all the rides are like 5 minutes? even the most popular rides. Because, and I'm only bringing that up because when Shanghai opened on day one, and I don't know how true this is, but someone said on the app all the rides had a 5-minute wait. Now, if that was true, and you could go on like 70-80% of the rides, and it's pretty much walk on, would you do it? I'd be very tempted. I mean,
Right.
I could go on
I
rides.
But which rides? That's the other thing. What factors in to that is which rides are closed. Is it your favorite ride? You know, it is Fill Our Magic to us is something we do. You know, we'll go to Magic Kingdom on a regular trip. We'll go to Magic Kingdom 3 times, 3 days. Okay. Fill Our Magic is something we do twice each day. It's that dear to us. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people think it needs to be redone or whatever, but we love that attraction. So us not being able to go to Fill Our Magic is a factor where I get it. We can go on Space Mountain every 10 minutes. You know, I don't know. I don't know. We miss it that much. I know we would. So I know what you're saying about being able to go on rides, you know, with 5-minute waits. But again, what rides are we talking about? What's open? Are we talking about God? What's the ride I hate the most at Magic Kingdom?
Carousel Progress.
Above the People Mover. God.
Astro Orbiter.
No, well, yeah. Like, I don't know if I hate it. I haven't seen it. Yeah, Astro Orbiter. I will never go on that again. You know, so if you're telling me I can go on that and you know, but I have to miss Fill Our Magic, I'm staying home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just me. So I don't know, Charlie. You know, what do you got? What can justify spending? And you have 2 trips booked, so that's a heck of a dime there. What justifies? You know, if Disney says this and this and this is closed, you know, but you still have to pay what you're paying. You know, even though I'm sure they're going to offer discounts for August and December still, you know,
Yeah.
even if it's the regular discounts. What can justify saying, all right, we're still going to spend, you know, we're still going to spend this money on.
When it comes to decision-making time, we will be making a pros and cons list for sure.
Oh yeah.
To make sure that it is worth it, because if we don't do August, we're not doing November.
Right.
Because we get annual passes, so we'll do 2 weeks this August. We're gonna do November, and then we're gonna do 2 weeks next July. So we're not gonna start the annual pass cycle if it's gonna be on a 4-day trip in November. It's not.
Right.
This doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's either we cancel both trips or we start next
Right.
year or something else. So that's a big factor. But when it comes time to actually, when it comes down to that day where we have to say, okay, we're canceling this or we're not, then we're going to be making a list of everything that we can do, and then we're going to say, okay, is this good enough for us?
I don't know. My gut, because of how I enjoy our vacation so much, it would have to be something drastic, I think.
It would have to be drastic.
Because I would approach it as it's like an adventure, you know.
Yeah.
Disney's gonna be different. It's gonna be, you know, we just prep the kids for that.
And when we're there for 2 days, we're there for 2 weeks, right? We can do the parks in a more relaxed way.
Right.
We don't have to be there from open to close wearing masks. You know, we
Right,
can go in there
right.
for 3 hours wearing masks. Okay, let's go take a break here, whatever. You know, she has family down in Venice. We go down to Venice, and I'm not wearing no mask in Venice.
Well, we got it with my
beach or
sister,
whatever, you know,
but
but-
not on the beach. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they can throw me in jail or whatever, but I'm not wearing a mask on a beach. It's
That's a bonus.
It's just stupidity. But,
It's
but,
it's possible.
Yeah,
It's possible, man.
has
It's
to
crazy,
modify the
but
vacation,
it's totally possible.
adjust.
yeah, I'm gonna be one of those rebellious people saying, "Hell no, we won't wear a mask." I will do it. I will do it in the parks, you know, if it's needed or whatever. I'm not being
Yeah.
totally selfish, but if I'm out there on the beach and there's like no one within
Yeah. I mean, something
50
like that,
yards of me, sorry, the mask is coming off.
I feel that there's a lot of Disney rides that you can social distance. Even your Philharmonic, you can do like
You spread out.
they can
Right.
block off certain seats, and you can definitely spread out. So I wouldn't expect that place to be closed. You know, there are different rides. The lines are going to be crazy. I have no idea how they're going to do the lines with social
That's the thing.
distancing, but
Well,
the
if
rides
at the-
themselves, I feel that
if
they'll
the
be able
parks,
to.
if the park's at like half capacity or 25% or 50%,
Right.
then
The lines
then
are not
the
going to be as
lines
much
might not be
anyways.
as ridiculous when
Right.
they're cutting those to half capacity too. You know.
Right. I think the lines is more an issue than the rides.
Yeah.
Because I feel the rides, they can do every other ride, or I don't know, even like Haunted Mansion. You have your own buggy. You're not sitting right next to somebody else.
Some rides ain't going to be an issue.
It's
I don't
not going to be
think.
an issue.
It's the
People
coast-
Mover, you can
it's-
do every other car if you wanted to.
It's the coasters. I think that they're two like that.
Yeah, but they can do every other
that
though.
those are going to
I
do
feel that the
yeah.
rides is just going to be a little spread out. That's it.
Yeah.
So the rides aren't going to be a factor.
Let
to
me welcome in the Shep family.
Welcome in,
Shep's in the
Shep.
house. Shep,
Shep.
thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate it.
Corner store too.
Tina, I know you brought up before about not wanting to spend extra money. If he hears 25 park is closed, can you find a way to justify it to him still going, still spending that money?
Well, it's funny because he mentioned this. He said, when Disney opens, do you think you want to go down right away? And I'm going for opening, when they open. And I looked at him like he had 12 heads. And I was like, are you mad? I don't want to go in December when there's the potential that I have to wear a mask because, I had a meeting the other day at my church and we sat in our sanctuary. I'm sorry, my kid's knocking at my bedroom door. We sat in our sanctuary 6 feet apart, more than a lot of us. And it was the most depressing thing in the world to me. If I want to go to Disney World and I have to wear a mask and I have to stand so many feet apart from someone, it's like I almost would miss the being shoulder to shoulder in the crowd. I miss the normalcy of, if this is going to be our new norm, this is the scary thing for me. It's like, is this how it's going to be for a year, 2 years, 3 years, forever? We have to wear a mask, you have to do, or will it taper off and go away? Because, that's just my thought. So, I mean, if I'm going to Disney, what's going to do it for me is we lost Carlos.
We lost Carlos. Keep talking, Tina. Character.
That's right.
Sorry, I'm easily distracted. But yeah, so what's gonna do it for me is when you enter, and I think it was Donna that touched on this earlier in the chat, where she said, when you enter Disney World, you enter the world of fantasy world to forget the troubles and the problems of the world behind you. And if I have to enter a place where I have to be reminded of it, I can't be there. I don't want to do it. It just ruins it for me. Welcome back, Carlos.
I don't know. Wow. Wow. I have no idea. I wasn't even touching anything. Wow.
Tina,
And I was just
gonna
Tina
ask,
carried the stream. Awesome, Tina,
Yeah, she did.
because I started laughing because Steve Michael says, let's ask Tina a question. She's quiet. So Tina, carry the stream. Go ahead. I don't know what just happened here.
I don't know if you heard.
I grabbed my phone so fast I'm about to message all of you, but I guess everything is still here. 20 people still watching. Thank you. I'm afraid to touch anything right now. Okay. So I've lost thought. So if anybody else has anything right now.
So I want to touch on the mask because I know everyone's talking about it, and I kind of agree. I don't want to wearing the mask in the heat is something I do worry about. But what I've been starting to do is I'm starting to thinking about, all right, we're going in August. We need to wear a mask. How can I make it that it's more comfortable for us? So I started looking. I mean, I'm ordering all kinds of masks now. She thinks I'm nuts, but I'm getting like the carbon filter masks that wrap around that have the those little plastic things on the side that supposedly help you breathe better.
Yeah.
I'm just trying every different thing out there just to see will it make a difference in that heat.
Yeah, and I'm like, we have to practice like walking around outside in the heat. And if I can't do it, I don't want to do it. Because I already have panic attacks.
Right.
I think it's going to trigger a panic attack. You know, claustrophobic, I can't breathe. I already get like that in the heat anyway. So wearing a mask, I think it's going to trigger that. And that's what I'm afraid of. It's always in my head. I'm afraid it's going to trigger panic attacks again.
I guess we're going to have some practice because we're not going all of us ain't going until the end of the year, except for Charlie with August. Oh, you guys are in August too.
Yeah.
But
At the same time.
I mean, you have June and July here, which we all know is going to get warm. I mean, it's going to be close to 80 today. So that, you want to practice, you can practice there. But, I've brought up the mask many times. I don't wear a mask on me. I just won't. So I guess pretty much I'm not going. My wife alone, Suzanne, you brought up anxiety. She has it too. And she hates wearing a mask to Target. She comes out of there all not yelled at for this, but she'll come out of there broken in hives just because she just got, too much anxiety in her and it bothered her. So can you imagine being in Disney World we can go to a park for 12 hours sometimes, 14 hours. And you have to always have that mask on, except when you're eating.
Well, Ron, here's another idea for you, because what I saw was, right, people who don't like masks, right? You have your scuba set that goes up, and they're putting the mask on. They're putting the mask on top of the scuba thing.
Yeah.
So it's all about breathing out your mouth, right? You just
Yeah.
up there, mouth covering. Look into that. Let me know how it works.
Dennis Algazi brings up, and it's a point that's going to be brought up for months and months to come. He said, and he's out. Dennis, if I'm correct, you're out in Greece, right? So after 1 week of reopening, we've already seen a spike of new cases. We thought it was contained, but no. This is highly contagious. Car accidents, lightning strikes are not. We know it's highly contagious, okay? And right now there is no vaccine or anything. But you're going to see spikes. Spikes are going to happen. We know that.
It's management of those spikes. That's the key.
Right, exactly.
Well, we've seen a spike in our time. It's gone up considerably, but they're aggressively testing the nursing homes, the group homes, and all that. So that's why the number has gone up, because they're aggressively testing those people that live in close quarters, the nursing homes and stuff like that. So it has gone up to like 536 or something like that. It spiked up over 100 from last week. So
do you see, and we're almost running out of time here, but do you see Disney opening and then shutting down again come December?
Yes.
Would that be a smart thing?
I think it'd be worse.
I think, right. And I think I saw you comment to somebody, Meredith, but do we even see Disney opening period this year? I know what we want to believe. I know what we feel, what we hear, but do you honestly see, knowing that we're going to get spikes, and Charlie, you're right, is how you contain them, but or control them, but do you really see Disney taking that chance and opening and then saying, we screwed up, this is really bad? Well, we know it's bad, but it got out of hand. Let's shut it down again.
I don't see them shutting it down again. I see them opening definitely, 100%, like Walt would say. 100% opening. But the thing is, if they run into trouble, I don't see them closing 100%. No,
Yeah,
I
they'll
see
make
them
adjustments.
cutting back down to 25% or 50% capacity to manage this stuff.
Yeah.
Again, you can't lock up.
But that's how they're going to open. They're going to open at 25.
Right. And when as
So
they
if
start,
they're going to open at 25 to 50%, and they don't rise it, because I don't know what you read or what I read, but I don't see them going to 75% until sometime next year.
Well,
A different phase. I don't see another phase happening until January.
So
I will say this. So I work in the tech field. And I know that Twitter, Facebook, some of the big tech giants have already told their employees they're working remotely. They're not opening their offices up until 2021. My company has actually told me we're not going to be the first ones back into our building. They're going to have other companies go back. They're going to see how it all happens in the state because they do not want to have us go back and then have us close it down again and have us work remotely. And part of me hearing that has got me thinking that Disney does not want to open and have to close, and they don't want to be the first ones, that it's going to take them. I think that's why it's taking a little longer for them to open up, because they want to be sure, because they do not want to close.
But your company can function, can work. It's working right now remotely, right? Everything is working. Just like my company.
Right.
Everything is working where we can do our regular business as usual remotely.
Disney can't.
Disney can't. And there's
Disney
so
can't.
many.
No, I get that, but they do not want to open up for a month and then have to go through this all over again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They won't.
Yeah.
There's
Again,
many
that's my
back
opinion.
questions.
But
my opinion.
you got to think about it like this: why rush to open? Wait to see how like restaurants and everyone else does, and if there's a spike in at the state level, the state's going to close it down. So Disney wouldn't have a choice in that matter.
I'm
think
sure
Disney,
they're watching Shanghai Disney and seeing what's happening there. You know, I'm pretty sure Disney is really watching how, because that's government run. That's not even Disney. So however they opened Shanghai, I'm sure Disney's like, okay, and they're going to be watching the numbers and see if anything changes. And then they might have to alter their plan once they have a comfort level.
And what do you consider a rush exactly? You know, so is rush 2 weeks or is rush a month and a half? You know, because again, it's not. I don't think they're going to open till mid-June. I don't think it's going to be June 1st, like some people were saying. But even a month away is still a lot of time to get some feedback and get some numbers back and get some results of how Shanghai has been working and that type of thing.
Right.
Yeah, but are we even
I have said
or quarantine when you get down there?
yes.
Oh, you can? Because
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't think you could.
As of right now,
I have said that July.
Is quarantine.
Carlos, the host.
I had said that July 1st would be an opening date. I'm starting to feel more comfortable in my mind that they won't even open in the summer because of exactly what we all just said. I don't see them rushing into this. I see them letting, because beaches are going to open, restaurants are going to open. Some states are going to open in phases, like we are in Rhode Island and you guys in Mass. Oh, excuse me. They're going to let malls open up. They're going to let shops open up and see where it goes from there. See how it's controlled with 1,000 people going into a mall over Disney just opening the gates and saying, like you said, Magic Kingdom holds 100. I don't see them just open the floodgates and say, all right, 25,000, 50,000, come on in, and taking that chance. So I'm starting to push more to the fall for them to open, to make sure that, closer to a vaccine, maybe, see the spikes through the summer, where the spikes are. That's just me. I'm starting to feel more. It's going to be a little longer than what we all think or what we're hearing. So, all right. Well, we got 8 minutes left, so I want to start breaking this all down. I know, chat, I do apologize. These guys have been bringing up a lot of topics in there. I see it, and I'm glad everybody's just communicating with each other in the chat. And I apologize if I missed some questions that you might have asked. But, again, we were having a great conversation on the topic. Steve Michael says we have to cancel my birthday trip, not have a birthday at Disney. Pressing. I apologize, but sorry for that. But it's going to happen more. That I just think so. So guys, let's go around the table. What you got coming up in the weeks to come? What do you got for streaming? Anything special coming up?
So
we'll just go around in the circle.
Yeah. So we stream every Thursday night at 9 p.m. I don't think we settled on a topic for this week, but it'll be something Disney related.
I think so.
We just haven't had a chance to think about it. But we'll be tomorrow. We are releasing our first pin mail video. So if you're into pins, you might be interested in that. And then Tuesday we'll have another trivia video to test your kind of knowledge of the Disney parks.
Ooh,
Cool.
that is
Very
challenging.
cool. I like trivia.
Our turn.
Yeah. So tomorrow,
Yeah. Sorry.
we have a live show tomorrow at 11.
11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Duphily crew. And we are going to be showing one of the other Orlando parks some love tomorrow. We're going to be doing Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. We're going to be
Yes.
talking Universal Orlando tomorrow.
Yes.
So join us because it is worth going to Universal.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you like Disney, you can like Disney and Universal. Just because you have a second child doesn't mean you stop loving the first child.
What do you do after 4? After 4 children, what do you do?
Then you start calling them SeaWorld and whatever.
Right.
So tomorrow.
Yeah. So tomorrow.
Wednesday, we're going to be on with Jim from More Sunshine Please and D&G Explorers
At 7 p.m.
At 7 p.m. And we're going to be conquering the park, ranking the rides of Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. So this is part 3. We're doing a
Part 3
park.
of 4.
Yeah. So tomorrow's Wednesday's Animal Kingdom. Yeah.
Yeah. And then next Sunday, who knows?
Yeah. I don't know.
Who knows?
I only think out a week.
Take it away, Tina.
Hi.
Tina's still here.
Hi, I'm Tina. No, I'm just kidding. I already said that. So this is where my thought process goes as well. I have my weekly show on Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It's books versus movies. Right now, we're talking Harry Potter, and I think Dougie is still joining me. I hope. I have to double check with him, so don't quote me on it. Dougie, if you're here, please confirm that for me. Help. Also, I do some pop-up trivia streams here and there, and put out a couple of vlogs. I can't talk today. Vlogs, and that's really it. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I myself have my weekly Tuesday stream coming up. Don't know what we're going to talk about. And then next Saturday, definitely don't know what we're talking about. But if you guys saw on my social medias, well, actually on Twitter, I think that's the only place I posted it. I and Suzanne have started building this guy, or these guys, which is the Disney train station Lego.
Wow.
I know Karen wanted to see my progress. Karen, my progress is the trains. The trains are done. Now the station, and that's going to take a few more days, or at least a couple more days. I know that because after 3 hours of building 4 train cars, and that's with 2 people, I can see we're going to be here a while. And I guess I've got some Thursday food videos being released. So check out for the. I appreciate it. Yeah, so it's Saturday. Everybody go enjoy this weekend. I don't know what the weather is out where you are, but it is beautiful here. I cannot wait to get out into this crazy world. But I will throw a mask on. Because I need to go buy some T-bone steaks that's on sale at Shaw's and go grill them at my in-laws. I promised them some steaks, and I found some on sale. So, but no, all honesty, guys, I appreciate everybody that jumped in here today. I truly thank you guys for joining me, Tina, Charlie, Stacy, Ron, and Meredith. Ron, by the way, I know I said it on social media. Happy birthday yesterday. Hope it was a good birthday.
Thank you.
Meredith, Millennium Falcon cake. Nice job.
Yeah. I tried. I'm not an artist. It tasted good.
Hey, listen,
That counts.
and right, as long as it tasted good, and trying is 95% of the job. So, if any,
What else I got to do?
go follow these guys on their social media. Right, go follow everybody on their social media. Go subscribe to everybody. Excuse me. All of a sudden, I have a cough. I know there's a lot of streaming going on today. Dean at the Live Place said it yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. Said it on Saturday alone through the Live Place. He has 17 streamers on Saturday alone.
Wow.
That's awesome. So this, go check out Dean at the Live Place, liveplace.com. Check out the schedule. See who's coming up next. I know our friends from This Our Dream is on at 11. I believe Myers and the Mouse is back on at 1 today, and there's a lot of them out there. Go check them out. I'm going to give a quick little shout out to one of them, just because they are two cool guys. I'm telling you, you want to have some fun, and I'm probably going to screw this up. I believe it's Thursday nights. Like God, I hope I'm right. The Waltwins, those two guys. I'm telling you, you'll get a good laugh watching those two live. Yep.
I just want to pull your attention to the chat. It's Joey's World. They're saying, can we talk about Mike Wheeler's birthday stream?
Yes.
I guess Mike Wheeler has a birthday stream.
Mike Wheeler's birthday stream today on Pam's channel, Pam's fan. So, Lisa, real quick, before I shut this down, throw the link up. It's on Pam's channel. I believe it's at 3 p.m. Eastern. I believe it is 3 p.m. Eastern on Pam's channel. It is Mike Wheeler's birthday, so go give Mike Wheeler a big happy birthday. Shout out. Tell him I sent you. Tell him we all sent you. Mike's a big supporter. He's another one I cannot wait to meet in person. I've met a lot of characters. I call you all characters. I've let a lot of characters on my streams. Yes, last night I got lucky to meet Road Trip Dave. Road Trip Dave was doing a test stream. It wasn't public, but he put it out onto a chat I'm in. Everyone wants to jump on. Road Trip Dave, another great guy. So I got to meet him yesterday, so that was awesome. But in person, handshakes or elbow bumps, whatever you want to call them now. I can't wait. Can't wait to do it with all of you. Tina, Ron, Meredith, especially you guys. Charlie and Stacy, I've met already. Great people. That was a lot of fun. So, yeah, I met you already. That was enough. I'll tell you, I'm ready to go back and have a steak and cheese grinder there at that pizza place again. That was really good.
Yeah.
Guys, we're past the time already. So stay healthy, stay strong, stay positive, one hand wash at a time. We'll be back to normal. So until the next time, see ya.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
If I know this computer, we're going to start next week's stream right now.
Welcome to the Carlos live stream.
Welcome back to. You think I'm joking? We're going to sit here a while. I'm telling you, I got